Now, Joe Bell, let's be honest guys, is almost impossible to talk about without spoiling the reveal in the movie. The trailer does it for you. So if you want to go into this movie without knowing anything about it, then turn this review off right now. But I will be talking about the spoiler that the trailer talks about, because this movie is about a man who goes across the country talking about bullying because of his gay son. If you can't understand what's going to happen next, then I don't know what to tell you, right? It's pretty obvious. So just letting you guys know, I will not spoil anything else about the movie, but this main plot element, the whole movie hinges on it, so be aware. I was lucky enough to see Joe Bell early, and I'm going to give you my early thoughts right now. Hey everybody, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. I'm sending you all positive vibes your way. But if it's your first time here and you want to see more videos just like this, early movie reviews, movie reaction videos, and hangout live streams where we talk about movies, then this is the place for you. Consider hitting that like and subscribe button. I really do appreciate all the support. And don't forget about that bell notification so you never miss a single video. And also don't forget about my partners at Movie Scene Canada. Make sure you check them out as well. The link will be in the video description box below. But today, I'm going to tell you my honest, no BS review for Joe Bell and tell you if it's worth a watch. So, Joe Bell, directed by Reinaldo Marcus Green, and you know him from movies as Monsters and Men, and the TV series Top Boy, and stars Mark Wahlberg, Reid Miller, and Gary Sinise. And like I said in the intro, it's about a man who goes across America, stopping at schools to spread his message about bullying after his gay son, spoiler alert, kills himself. So is this movie worth the watch? Short answer, no. Which is really frustrating because this movie started off so strong. I'm like, okay, we are in for a really great movie. If the movie stays along this path, it's gonna be a really great one. It doesn't. 30 minutes in, it starts to really deviate from its formula, and I'm going, okay, movie, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's bring it back. Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? And by the end, it's almost unrecommendable. Really, it's a real shame because there's a great movie in here, but just the way that it was told, it was kind of sloppy. So the movie starts off with two timelines, the present and the past, and they're basically going along at the same pace. And then at the end of the movie, you'll have right where the movie ends, and then basically where the movie begins when the past timeline crashes up to the present, right? If that makes any sense. The present storyline is Joe Bell walking across America with his son Jaden, who is dead, but it's his imagination. So whenever he talks with Jaden, he's dealing with his resentment, his demons, his guilt, and the whole story is about his forgiveness and his redemption for being a father that really wasn't there for his son when they needed him. But then it cuts back to the past and you see Jaden's downfall and all the harassment and everything that really led up to his suicide and led up to Joe's decision to walk across America. If the movie stayed along that path, I think this would have been a fantastic movie. It would have been like Palmer, right? The Apple TV movie earlier in the year that dealt with similar messages, right? About a boy who wants to be a girl or who likes girl things, and it shows, a father figure who, might be a little bit bigoted but kind of opens his ways. It's a similar type of story and they deal with similar subject matters. Palmer was really, really great. This movie could have been really great. I'll talk about the downfalls of this movie in a moment. So I was on board. I was really on board. And I gotta say, Reid Miller, Jaden, great performance. He was by far the best actor in this movie. And his relationship with Mark Wahlberg, right? Joe Bell, that was the best part of the movie. And I loved their banter, I loved their relationship, and I loved the understanding that they were getting towards throughout the rest of the movie. Because obviously it starts off on bad terms, right? Joe is not really accepting of, his son's sexual orientation. But of course, throughout the rest of the movie, after he's talking with his imagination, really, he's kind of talking with his conscience, the relationship starts to be amended. But after 30 minutes, you barely see them on screen together. The movie needed way, way more of that. The movie did not know that that was the best part of it. And again, after 30 minutes, it's like, nah, we don't need that anymore. We're going to go down this route. It's like, why? And Mark Wahlberg, I will admit, he's a good actor. But there are many times in this movie where you could see the limits of his acting range, where there's some moments that really require him to get really emotional. And you can just see the cap and it's like, you can see Mark Wahlberg's acting. It's like, nope, you've not reached, Tom Hanks, Al Pacino status yet. You have not reached level 3 in terms of act, you know what I mean? Like, you can see that he's trying to get there, but his range is limited. So, throughout the rest of the movie, I think Mark Wahlberg did a good job, but there are some moments that really required him to be really emotional and heartfelt, and he just couldn't get there. And it was a bit of an eyesore. But the main problem with this movie is that it lacked focus. Like I said, it really deviated from the path of having the two timelines, but this movie focused on things that I really think should not have been focused on in the movie at all, right? It deals with Joe's relationship with his family currently that I don't think is really that interesting, right? His wife has like a drinking problem. It's like, why do you even need that in the movie? Sure, it might have been based on a true story, right? So you needed to have that in there, but really you didn't need to focus on those elements, or his relationship with his other son who's a wrestling major, or he's trying to become a wrestler, I should say, in high school. It just feels like, why are we focusing on this? The movie is about his redemption and his forgiveness, about, how the way he treated his son. Why aren't we focusing on that? And I apologize, guys. It just started to rain outside pretty heavily, so if you guys can hear that, I apologize. It is Vancouver after all, rainy city. And after those 30 minutes, the rest of the movie felt like a formality. The structure had some real problems because how they revealed that he killed himself in the movie, it was so nonchalant. But then, of course, you had to see the scene where he actually kills himself and, how it affects the family. But it's like, we know that this is coming. We have to wait like another 3 hours for it. I know the movie's not that long, but it felt that long. Again, pacing issues and structural issues, it made the film feel like a mess. And when we got to those emotional scenes, they felt forced. They felt overwritten. They felt overdramatic. And I think the biggest fault to this movie was, this is an emotional story. It's a true story. And this movie could have done a great job of making us really care and making me emotional because, stories like this can make me emotional if done right. I didn't cry at all. I didn't feel any emotion. I didn't feel any, swelling of any emotion whatsoever. Kind of boredom. And you should not be feeling that in a movie like this. So again, this movie had real potential, some great performances, some great chemistry on screen. Giant misfire, to be honest with you. I'm going to give this movie a 2 out of 5 because I can't say that I hated it because, again, it was on a good path. And then it just, oh man, some of the choices in this movie were just mind-boggling. Why focus on this path? You were on the proper path before. That's where the good movie is. Joe Bell went this direction. But what about you guys? What do you guys think of Joe Bell? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below. And as always, if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos just like this, then definitely hit like and subscribe. And go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at BrandoCritic. You can find more movie reviews there, or at least you can, see me marketing and trying to advertise these movie reviews here on YouTube. But go follow me there. I post more content on there as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.